One unexpected expense can destroy your finances, unless you have this one thing. Let's fix that today. I'm talking about an emergency fund, guys. This isn't about getting rich quick, it's about protecting yourself from financial disaster. What would you do if your car breaks down tomorrow, or if you suddenly lose your job? Would you be ready? Look, I get it. Saving money is hard, especially when you're just trying to make ends meet. It feels like there's always another bill to pay, another expense popping up out of nowhere. But trust me, having an emergency fund is crucial. But here's the thing, 6 out of 10 people don't even have $1,000 saved for emergencies. That's a staggering statistic when you think about it. Imagine the stress and anxiety that comes with not having a financial cushion. That means most people are one car accident or medical bill away from being completely wiped out. It's not just about the immediate financial hit, it's about the long-term impact on your financial health. Without savings, they have to rely on credit cards or loans, which just digs them deeper into debt. It's a vicious cycle. High interest rates and mounting debt can quickly spiral out of control, making it even harder to get back on your feet. An emergency fund is like a financial safety net. It's there to catch you when life throws you a curveball, providing a sense of security and stability. It protects you from those unexpected disasters life throws your way, like sudden medical bills, losing your job, or your car deciding to die on you. These are things that can happen to anyone, at any time. It's not about getting rich. It's about having peace of mind knowing you can handle whatever life throws your way. It's about reducing stress and anxiety, knowing you have a plan in place. So how do we build this financial fortress? It might seem daunting, but it's entirely achievable with a bit of planning and discipline. It's simpler than you think. Start small and stay consistent. Step 1, build a small fund of $500 to $1,000 as quickly as possible. This initial fund is your first line of defense against minor emergencies. This is your buffer for those immediate, smaller emergencies. It's the cushion that prevents you from falling into debt over a small crisis. Step 2. Work towards having 3 to 6 months of your living expenses saved up. This larger fund is your ultimate safety net, providing a more substantial buffer against bigger financial shocks. This is your ultimate goal, your financial force field against anything life throws at you. It's about building resilience and ensuring you're prepared for the unexpected. I know it sounds like a lot, but trust me, we'll get there together step by step. With determination and a clear plan, you can build an emergency fund that will give you peace of mind and financial security. Okay, so how much is enough for your emergency fund? Well, it depends. There isn't a one-size-fits-all answer because everyone's financial situation is unique. If you have a stable job and no dependents, you can probably start with 3 months of living expenses. This is a good cushion to handle unexpected expenses without too much stress. But if your income is unpredictable, or if you have a family relying on you, you'll want to aim for closer to 6 months. This larger buffer can provide peace of mind and more security. Now I know some of you are probably thinking, Sophia, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, there's no way I can save that much. It feels impossible, right? And listen, I hear you. It's tough out there and saving can seem like a daunting task. If that's your situation, don't stress about the big number right now. Start small and build gradually. Just focus on getting to that first $500. This initial goal is achievable and can give you a sense of accomplishment. Remember, something is always better than nothing. Every little bit counts and adds up over time. Let's say your monthly expenses are around $2,500. This includes rent, utilities, groceries, and other essentials. That means a full emergency fund would be between $7,500 and $15,000. It's a significant amount, but it's doable with consistent effort. I know, it sounds intimidating, but don't get overwhelmed. Break it down into smaller, manageable steps. We're not going to magically come up with that overnight. It's a gradual process that requires patience and persistence. We're going to build it strategically bit by bit until you're financially invincible. With each step, you'll get closer to your goal and feel more secure. Chapter 3. 5 Simple Ways to Save for Your Emergency Fund. Alright, let's talk strategy. Building an emergency fund might seem daunting, but with the right approach, it can be quite manageable. Let's dive into some practical tips that can help you get started. Here are 5 simple, yet super effective ways to start building your emergency fund today. These methods are easy to implement and can make a significant difference over time. Number 1, automate your savings. This is huge. By setting up automatic transfers, you ensure that a portion of your income goes directly into your savings without you having to think about it. Set up a system where a small amount is automatically transferred from your checking to your savings account every week. Even a small amount like $10 or $20 can add up over time. You won't even miss it, I promise. The key is to make it a habit and let the savings grow without any extra effort on your part. Number 2, cut back on unnecessary expenses. This might require a bit of self-discipline, but it's worth it. Think about it, do you really need that daily latte or that monthly subscription you barely use? Small changes in your spending habits can free up more money for your emergency fund. Redirect that money to your emergency fund instead. Every little bit helps, and you'll be surprised at how quickly it can grow. Number 3, use unexpected cash wisely. This includes bonuses, tax refunds, or any extra income you might receive. Did you get a bonus? A tax refund? Side hustle income? Instead of splurging on something unnecessary, consider putting that money into your emergency fund. Don't even think about spending it. This extra cash can give your emergency fund a significant boost. Straight to the emergency fund it goes. This way, you're prepared for any unexpected expenses that come your way. Number 4, sell your unused stuff. We all have clutter. Items that are just taking up space can be turned into cash. Turn that old phone, those clothes you never wear, or that furniture gathering dust into cash. It's a win-win situation. You declutter your space and add to your savings. There are tons of online platforms that make it super easy. From eBay to Facebook Marketplace, selling your items has never been more convenient. And finally, number 5, boost your income with a side hustle. This can be a game changer for your financial situation. There are so many ways to make extra money these days. Whether it's freelancing, driving for a ride-sharing service, or starting a small business, the opportunities are endless. You can freelance online, drive for a ride-sharing service, or even start a small business. The extra income can significantly accelerate your savings goals. Check out my video on the top side hustles of 2023 for some inspiration. You'll find plenty of ideas to get started. Remember, even saving just $20 a week adds up to over $1,000 in a year. It's all about taking small, consistent steps. It's all about consistency and making smart choices. With these strategies, you'll be well on your way to building a solid emergency fund. Chapter 4. Where to keep your emergency fund. Now here's a mistake I see people make all the time. They keep their emergency fund in their checking account. Don't do this. It's way too easy to spend when it's right there staring at you. So, where should you keep it? You have a few options. A high-yield savings account is a great choice. It earns you a little interest, but you can still access your money quickly when you need it. Another option is a money market account. These usually offer slightly higher returns than savings accounts, but they're still very safe. Or you can simply open a separate savings account, maybe at a different bank, and link it to your checking. This creates a little bit of friction that makes it slightly harder to access your emergency fund impulsively. The key here is to keep your emergency fund accessible, but separate from your everyday spending money. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Chapter 5, Call to Action. So there you have it. Building an emergency fund is one of the smartest financial moves you can make. It's not about depriving yourself, it's about empowering yourself and taking control of your financial future. Now I want to hear from you. How much do you think is a good emergency fund? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're ready to take full control of your finances and start building real wealth, check out my wealth building playlist for tons of side hustle ideas and investment strategies. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more financial tips every single week. Outro, subscribe for more. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you found it super helpful. Remember, building an emergency fund is like laying the foundation for a strong financial future. It gives you the peace of mind to handle whatever life throws your way, and the freedom to pursue your goals without constantly stressing about money. If you're serious about taking control of your finances, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. I'm sharing all my best tips and strategies to help you build wealth, invest smarter, and achieve financial freedom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.